Welcome to my channel on political economy and politics. Today we are doing a video on use value and exchange value. My name is Dr. Robert Daly. Please press the subscribe button below the video if you're interested in seeing further videos and you like this video. Marx begins both his contribution to the critique of political economy and capital with a discussion of the distinction between use value and exchange value. In the contribution to the critique of political economy, Marx begins by quoting in Greek a passage from Aristotle's Politics. Aristotle says, "Of everything which we possess, there are two uses. One is the proper and the other the improper or secondary use of it. For example, a shoe is used for wear and is used for exchange. Both are uses of the shoe. He who gives a shoe in exchange for money or food to him who wants one does indeed use the shoe as a shoe, but this is not its proper or primary purpose. For a shoe is not made to be an object of barter. The same may be said of all possessions. Every useful thing, says Marx, as iron, paper, etc., may be looked at from the 2 points of view of quality and quantity. The usefulness of a thing makes it a use value, but this usefulness is not a thing of air. Being limited by the physical properties of the commodity, it has no existence apart from that commodity. A commodity such as iron, corn, or a diamond is therefore, so far as it is a material thing, a use value, something useful. Exchange value, at first sight, presents itself as a quantitative relation, as the proportion in which values in use of one sort are exchanged for those of another sort, a relation constantly changing with time and place. Hence, exchange value appears to be something accidental and purely relative, and consequently, an intrinsic value, that is, an exchange value that is inseparably connected with, inherent in commodities, seems a contradiction in terms. Exchange Value and Capital, Volume 1, Chapter 1. A given commodity, a quarter of wheat, is exchanged for so much blacking, so much silk, or so much gold. In short, for other commodities in the most different proportions. Instead of one exchange value, the wheat has, therefore, a great many. Exchange value did not always exist. It came into existence when members of early communities began to use money to exchange their goods with each other. When exactly in ancient times this happened is not important. What's important is that with the birth of exchange value, mercantile capitalism came to be. Marx says, as Aristotle shows, the original form of trade was barter, but with the extension of the latter, there arose the necessity of money. With the discovery of money, barter of necessity developed into kapelike, that is, into trading in commodities, and this again in contradiction with its original tendency into pragmatistics, the art of making money through exchange. Aristotle contrasts oikonomia with pragmatistics. So far as oikonomia is the art of acquisition, it is limited to procuring the articles necessary to existence and useful either to a household or the state. Here Marx insists his translation of Aristotle's Politics, Book 1, Chapter 9. True wealth consists in such use values, for the amount of property which is needed for the good life is not unlimited. There is, however, a second mode of acquiring things, to which we may by preference and with correctness give the name of pragmatistics. And in this case, there appear to be no limits to riches or property. If you like this video, please press the subscribe button below the video. Use Value and Exchange Value by Dr. Robert Daly.